James Lord. No, I can't quite see who that is. Making the way to the back of the grid. We'll try and pick them up as they set off, but I suspect we will have the green flag at the back. There it is. So green flag at the back of the grid then. Red lights are on, the revs rise, the red lights are out, and off we go. And it's a good launch there from Sam Hurst, not a good launch there from Zach Weston. He drops down, he's side by side with Michael Mills as he go in towards Coppers for the first time, but it will be Sam Hurst, who I'm sure for the first time this season leads the way in the Dark Motorsport MRO 600s ahead of the 141 of Henry Ross. But Keith, I didn't see him go through the field, but I can imagine he'll be picking them off one by one. Matt Pallett.
Well, Sam Hurst really impressed in the earlier race, of course, as he made his way up to, I think, 4th place by the end of the race. The youngster really knows his way on a wet track, it seems. And you're right, he's got the lead from Henry Ross. Those two have got around about a 3-4 tenths a second of a gap over the rest of the field as they come back past me for the first time. Around we go then up to Chris Kerr. We're going to keep an eye at the top there, and it looks like the white bike ahead of the blue bike. So Sam gets great support from the team Valley 91, one of the most generous and helpful teams in the paddock, of course, and I know they'll be cheered to the hilt as they come down the hill. Henry Ross gets very close, unable to overtake. Michael Mills there is up in 3rd place. There's Zach Weston, who is up next. Can't spot Matt Pallett there, but it's a whole blur of colour as I watch the leaders now come out of the chicane and back towards you there.
Got them here, and it is the number 91 of Sam Hurst who leads the way ahead of Henry Ross. Then a bit of a gap back to Michael Mills, Zach Weston, Elijah Everton. That's your top 5 ahead of Gareth Cunningham. And didn't quite see who that was up next in 7th position. We'll try and pick them up as they go in towards Hall Bends then. But there is a bit of a gap starting to open up already between the leading 2 and the chasing pack. So in towards Hall Bends and the hairpin they go. And everybody through safely there. It looks as though the number 18, Aidan Gooding's not out there. So we're looking now towards Barn, and it is Sam Hurst, number 91, who leads the way on the Team Valley 91 Racing Kawasaki, and he has an advantage of less than half a second over Henry Ross, who in turn is 2.8 ahead of Michael Mills. And it's Weston, Everton, Cunningham. It was Harry Gower who is the man up into 7th position. There goes Matt Pallett. He's made up 16 places, and he's inside the top 10 in class.
Oh, very close going into turn 1. Matt Pallett trying to go up the inside of Michael Tustin. I just think he just backed out of that one.
Close stuff there as they came across the line. I mean, the gap between Tustin and Pallett was 0.1 of a second, so basically nothing in it between Michael Tustin and Matt Pallett, but the lead has already passed you, Keith.
Yeah, well and truly past me, working Chris Kerr very hard indeed. Henry Ross, if a slight little twitch, I think, from Sam Hurst, and he'll be straight through. He's right on his tail all the way around the circuit, then come down the hill into Mansfield. Ross is trying to think about under brake, not quite close enough to do anything. Behind them is Mills and West, similar gap to them as well. It's getting a bit like Noah's Ark here, mate. They're all coming by 2 by 2 at the end of the day. Certainly Hurst and Ross are away with this one. Everton and Cunningham going very strongly out there as well. Is that Cunningham and Gower? Yeah, Gower's having a good race. I think he might have had a problem earlier in the yesterday DNF. So that's where his DNF was. But yeah, Gower coming along strong as well. Minor place at the moment, taking the bottom there as well. Yeah, that's 2 by 2 Steve. Out the front there, that's where the real action is.
Got them as they go in towards the hairpin then, but I think it's Elijah Everton and Gareth Cunningham is having a good fight. Harry Gower and Kai Dickinson, they're having a good battle as well, so you're absolutely right there, and the fact that it's essentially Noah's Ark and it's perfect weather for it as well, with Sam Hurst and Henry Ross now across the line in towards Coppice now. 0.3 of a second is the gap, and Henry Ross marginally quicker than Sam on that lap. So the gap is 0.299 of a second. Across the line now goes Harry Gower and Kai Dickinson. Matt Pallett is just in the wheel tracks now of Alex Latham, so Matt Pallett makes up 2 positions on that lap. Into Coppice they go then. He's got the number 37 in his sights. Only 0.2 of a second between Matt Pallett and Alex Latham, and then it's another 0.2 of a second between themselves and Ian Aspey in 9th position overall. But Matt Pallett making up 2 positions then ahead of Tom Vaughan now, who's 2nd of the Clubmans, and Michael Tustin, who's 11th in class.
Still nothing between these leaders. They work their way around Chris Kerr into the gooseneck once again. Ross would love to stick past on these rival, but they're absolutely perfectly matched all the way around the circuit. I think they're pretty even on brakes, pretty even on acceleration. I wondered if Henry Ross had maybe got the power a little bit earlier out of Charlie's too, but it didn't really show at the end of the straight. Weston and Mills still having their good little battle there, and Elijah Everton, the local boy, would love to come good here at what is his home track, and I think that's Matt Hallett making up another place into Mansfield there as well. So he's definitely shaking his tail so that out there as he tries to gain as many points. He wants to get as close as he can to Zach Weston. In fact, he'll be thanking everybody ahead of Zach Weston at the moment because they're obviously taking some points away from him. So that Ross Hurst could prove critical in terms of the championship by the end of the year. Right now it's very critical for both riders and their teams, and I know they're going to be cheered to the hilt as they come across the line back towards you once again, Bradley.
Pit boards go out. Sam Hurst still leads from Henry Ross. The gap was 0.299 last time. It's now 0.429, and Sam Hurst a 1 minute 42.3 on that lap. There goes Michael Mills and Zach Weston, third and fourth place, and that is a gap of 1.1 now between Mills and Weston. Elijah Everton up the inside of Gareth Cunningham as they went into the bottom of the mountain, and he holds on to fifth place. Gareth Cunningham in sixth, then it's Kai Dickinson, Harry Gower. Matt Pallett makes up another 2 places on this lap. He's currently in eighth at the moment, so that would be I think that's 8 points there for Matt Pallett if it was to remain this way, but he is only 0.4 of a second behind Harry Gower, who in turn is 0.6 of a second behind Kai Dickinson, so it could well be more points and one more position on the cards there for Matt Pallett.
I don't think he's behind Harry Gower anymore, mate. I think he's just looking to make a move at Park Corner, though. To be fair, Harry's got the outside. He still looks very strong there. I can see there's no change in the lead there as they come down the mountain. They've got a huge pace there. Mills is starting to consolidate that third place, though, so he's starting to take that place in that place. Managed to lose West just a little bit behind there. The next battle, starting to separate as well. And I think, here, I'll tell you what you've got to watch, though. Pallett is coming quickly, mate. He's up to 7th place now, and he's got that 6th place spot very much in his eyesight. You can see the 6th place guys coming out of chicane now, and, 5th and 6th, I should say, but you can see Pallett coming quickly. What sort of time is Pallett doing there, guys?
Matt Pallett is on a 1 minute 46s, whereas the guy 9s. So we'll keep an eye on that one.
Oh, Henry Ross has gone down at the last corner after seeing him slide out. So it looks like Sam Hurst has now got a big gap to Michael Mills in second.
He was really pushing on as well. I see him as he going towards Hall Bend.
Yeah,
he was right on the wheel.
Yeah, but it looks like he just lost the rear coming out of barn there, and I can just see the bike in the air fence. I think he's up and all right though.
So 10 seconds is the gap now for Sam Hurst over Michael Mills, and in fact I don't think he'd know that because down here we've got the Team Valley 91 pit board, and there would have been no chance for him to take out the plus nothing.
Absolutely not, no. Good, he's going to push on. Hopefully he's not going to make any silly mistakes. He'll be feeling under pressure because as far as he's concerned he's got a bike right on his tail. That's good news for Zach Weston, of course, because that does move him up into third place. 2 points that go with it. Here's Tier 4. Fifth, and there's Pallett there being 6th place already, I think. So lots of other minor places getting sorted out. But Sam Hurst, this will be his first MRO victory overall, I think, won't it, Bradley?
I'll agree with you on that one, yeah.
I'm not 100% sure. I know he's won lots of clubbers, lots of rookies. But Team Valley 91, some great support, really lovely guys in the paddock there. Things at every time, really enthusiastic. They really care about their racing, really care about their rider, and they're going to be cheering him to the hill. I bet they wish they could tell him that you've got a huge lead there. There's no need to push on. You can hit the cruise control. You can roll it home from there. Imagine though, if you think you've got a +0, you're going to keep your head buried in the shed. You're going to push up as hard as you dare, aren't you?
That's the trouble, isn't it? It was right at the last corner there, so the team would not have had a chance to let Sam know that Henry Ross unfortunately slid out right behind him, but it's not going to matter now because Sam Hurst out of barn corner, going across the start-finish straight, and he's absolutely thrilled with that. And as you said there, it could well be his first Dark Motorsport MRO 600 race win, so great stuff there for Sam Hurst, and it's always better to go home with a gold medal on the dashboard there. Michael Mills will be next up in second position on bike number 56. So that'll be a win, a second and a third in all 3 races this weekend for Michael Mills. Zach Weston promoted onto the podium. Here comes Elijah Everton 4th on bike number 440. Then it's Gareth Cunningham and Matt Pallett, who wasn't quite close enough there to go through on Gareth Cunningham, but he found a way through on Kai Dickinson, and in the end was 1 second in front then. Harry Gower, 8th position overall, first of the Clubmans ahead of Alex Latham and Michael Tustin inside the top 10 overall. Then it's Ian Ashby, 10th in class, ahead of Tom Vaughan, 2nd of the Clubmans, Jake Anderton, 3rd in the Clubmans. Aaron Hickmott and Paul Bloomfield round out the Clubman top 5.
James Dutton and Ben Ravicki inside the top 8